Yeah, get him in there. Get him in there. Man, that low HP. Ouch, 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 ouch.
One of these first abilities you could check out, Song of Rest. I'm putting on there. If you click the word, the red words itself, it opens it, it shows it up and closes it. Then you get a great ability, Jack of all trades. You can jack off all the trades you need.
Very nice.
You also, do bards get one spell up per level?
I think so.
You also can choose another spell if you want one. So Jack of all trades, what Jack of all trades does is if you're not proficient in something, you can add half of your proficiency bonus to it. And I think I'm gonna fuck around on your character sheet. I think there's a little button we can press that'll just do it for us. Right? Is there a Jack of all trades?
Can't really guarantee.
Oh, there it is. Ba-boom.
Ooh, bang.
Bam.
Yep. Now you have +1 to everything that you're not proficient in.
Nice.
Very good. Oh, yeah. No, that's what you're talking about.
Any
yeah,
ability check. That includes initiative, correct?
Don't know.
I think Jack of all trades affects initiative.
That'll be cool.
Which, yep. You should have, you normally would have 2.
It looks like it does, yes.
Also, you have Song of Rest, which is when we take a short rest, you can give us more HP.
Nice.
And
Also, I just rolled 2 ones in a row, so I guess that means I'm done for today with that.
just got them out of the way. You're good.
You're good to go. Oh, my gosh. Oh, this is gonna...
Spellcasting.
This is going to be another episode, guys, where you are going to have so much control over what to do and where to go. So enjoy it while it lasts. So I trust in you guys. But it'll be another fun loosey goosey, I think. So it'll be cool.
Answering, you get 3 spells per day now.
Nice.
And you can go look at your bard spells and choose another one.
Okay.
And we should be at full every. Wow, you have 10 HP at level 2. Okay.
That's what I expected.
That can't be right, actually.
10 HP.
Oh, you just haven't added your new HP on.
Oh, yeah. So you got 13.
13 HP.
Whew.
Which is how much
Ouch.
Okay.
Kristen had at 1.
Man.
Me, so.
I think
Okay, where do I find these spells?
There's, you know, the eye, the D&D compendium thing? In the search thing?
You got it.
I see it now.
If you search bard spells, you can get bard spells by level. And it will give you your spell list of bard spells. And
okay.
you can look at them through that. Any first level spell.
I see it.
You okay there, Kristen?
These fucking little... They're supposed to be no tangle shit, but they tangle.
You said a level 1 spell.
Yes, even though you are level 2, you only cast level 1 spells because D&D is kind of dumb like that. And spell levels are like half of your regular. So anyway, that's your level up. Congratulations, Solma and Martina. I believe we leveled up last time.
Yep.
Also, I'm not a barbarian anymore, guys. I'm a fighter. Fighter fits better.
Very, very good. Yeah, and I'll remind everyone.
Rose, Martina.
Woo! I'll remind everybody that before 5th level, which is pretty much the entirety of this adventure, you can change anything about your character that you want before a session, and I'm cool with it.
Can I change my current hit points during session?
On anything
After you get hit.
we're always gonna keep those rolls, I think, just to dump incentivization of like, I'm gonna crush it.
Are you sure? Let me just see until I. Okay, no, not there. Okay, there we go. That's the one we're keeping. All right.
The best one. There you go.
Oh,
Big and strong. All right, guys. Well, if we are ready, we've got Antrain mostly caught up to where we are. So let's begin our little intro back into the Northward, back into Troll Skull Alley, where we last left our wonderful heroes. So let's see if this is the right music.
Wonderful.
We're the worst.
I think we're gonna go with this. Yeah, this is my favorite one. Get it up a little bit for me. Nice. Okay. We're going to actually cut the crowd. Cool. And I will probably bring the crowd up a little bit later. So let me go down to my crowd and confirm that I have it. I love music, guys, and sound effects. They make me so happy. So
It's the best.
it is. Our scene opens upon the wide streets of the Northward. We see the well-structured row houses of Waterdeep's middle class, each one boasting their own unique structure and space, but fitting snugly into their place along the puzzle board that is the city block. We can hear the flapping of the green and orange dovetailed flags in the wind, each stitched firmly to every perfectly intact street lamp upon the ward's main causeway. We watch from the view of a quaint cafe as the morning begins to play itself out. The peaceful ward begins to slowly awaken as birdsong rings through the air. Drays of servants arrive to take the place of residences of the ward as they part with their families to challenge the day. Quickly, the quiet streets become as lively as a trade ward. Servants, boasting their uniform colors, go about the many chores that plague a higher-class resident of Waterdeep. We see launderers and cooks in white, chimney sweeps and house cleaners in black, valets and child minders in gray, gardeners in green, and tutors in blue. As our camera pans its way down these many beautiful houses and we see the place come to life, it will slowly rest upon an out-of-place, overgrown plot of land. Behind the wild shrubbery, there can be seen a turret of some dilapidated manor, out of place among the many beautiful homes of the Northward. Windows from its upper floor can be seen, their glass smashed out, while some are sloppily boarded up. As we zoom past its rusty gate, barely containing the mess within, we see a single individual sitting upon the sagging wraparound porch of the tavern's first floor. Our old man, our narrator, in his hand he carves a single crude figure of a troll's face with a dull pocket knife he lifted off some servant about a week ago. I never did think they'd make it this far. Oh, there they were in the sewers of Waterdeep trying to save that old fool Floon. Now they find themselves in a whole new kind of mess. Homeowners. Who'd ever have guessed? Got quite a colorful cast of neighbors though, don't they? We watch as a few of the characters from last episode's many scenes, as you were introduced to the neighborhood, make their way along the sidewalk no more than 20 to 30 feet from the door to the manor. Seems like they're gonna fit in here just fine, long as they get this old dump up and running again. He bumps the wall behind him with the heel of his right leg, and we see some of the wood siding, the paneling, slide off the wall and duck under the porch, kicking up the dust that makes its way through the cracks of the floor below him. Oh, good luck with that one. He looks up toward the iron troll head mailbox that he seems to be, he's probably carving the face of that mailbox. Its bolts still clinging to the door frame of the tavern and stuffed to the brim with letters plastered in faction and guild seals. Popular, aren't they? It would seem their saving of old Raynar Neverember hadn't gone unnoticed. Not a lot does here in Waterdeep. Eyes everywhere, don't you know? Sometimes even 10 of them. He makes a symbol reminiscent to the Xanathar and laughs. Oh, no worries, though. They got more than enough on their plate already. Seems the Emerald Enclave's got their eye on a few of them, and even the Blackstaff with a Force Grey, too. More than one venturer claimed the banner of both, but not sure what path our would-be heroes will take from here. But they got plenty of time. What's a few 10 days anyway? Especially when so much gold has been rumored to just be lying around. Neverember's hoard. Myth? Legend? Or very, very real? Who knows? For now, let's see where life takes our little venturers, shall we? Our view sinks into one of the many dark windows of the crippled building, and we open upon one or at least a few of you within the tidied-up tap room of Trollskull, still damaged, but less of a mess than it once was. Rodaro and Soma, you have received an invitation from the Emerald Enclave in the form of an animal messenger to meet you at Falconmere in the Southern Ward. Martina, you received an all too different message as well, but this one from the Blackstaff, Vajra herself, basically the Archmage of Waterdeep, in the form of a magic mouth spell that disturbingly enough appeared in the pages of a book you rented from a very dry and boring book that you rented from the Bookworm's Treasure. She ordered you to come to the Blackstaff Tower in the Castle Ward at once and bring your friends in a very demanding motherly tone. My next question would be, what would you guys like to do? But with the return of our dear friend, Lord Narcissus, I feel like it is almost just fitting and fair to ask him. So, last time we played, I told the party that factions would be getting a hold of them. But instead of me thrusting all the factions at you at once and going, which you gonna pick, guys? I asked which ones players were interested in, and we started engaging in those. So, I want to give you that same opportunity, Lord Narcissus. So the reason these factions are coming after you, to explain, you guys saved Raynar Neverember, a prominent lord in the city, and that draws the eyes of many people. So yeah, you are being noticed here. So these many factions, they're well known to definitely host adventurers and kind of make their careers skyrocket. You're getting scouted, is what's happening in this situation. So it's up to you if you want that, and if you don't, you can just say no. The factions available to you are the Emerald Enclave, which is a group of I'll give you the most simple explanations I can. The Emerald Enclave is very pro-nature, not chaos, but just like pro-nature over civilization. They're very much about the natural world succeeding and always being there, and will be there when we're long gone, kind of thing. Lord Narcissus is pointing on that one. There's Force Grey. Well, so far, Emerald Enclave has been chosen already by Rodaro and Soma. Force Grey has been chosen by Martina. Force Grey being a faction of literal adventurers that help the city of Waterdeep, and they don't really pose any allegiance to anything but the city of Waterdeep itself, not the Lord's Alliance, not anything else, just the city of Waterdeep, and they tend to work through, they do work through Vajra, the Blackstaff, the Archmage of the city, one of the most influential figures in the city as well, who actually managed to contact Martina, which is interesting. And they are very much, they are your classic adventuring guild. They're going to send you on quests, kill monsters, like, they're pretty cool in that. And next on the list are the Harpers. The Harpers are very much about perfect balance between nature and civilization, and trying to make sure the two don't rip each other apart. And they're very secretive, and they're very like, no one knows about us, but everybody knows about them. The Lord's Alliance, pro-civilization. Nature doesn't matter, it's all about civilization succeeding and that people surviving and humanity or humanoid-anity surviving. And they're very much also kind of it's hard not to see them a little bit about the 1%. Like, oh, the rich and powerful really want to stay rich and powerful, and we want them to, so we get to trickle down. That's very much Lord's Alliance. Order of the Gauntlet is going to be very much your pious religious faction. They are very much about the gods. We have to please the gods, justice for the god. You know, that's very much what you're going to get. Very paladin kind of area with the Order of the Gauntlet. And then you have the Zentarum, which is just the full-on, pretty much like, I'm in it for myself. They are literally called the Black Network, and they are about pretty much getting money, getting gold. Whoever gets trampled down the way, they don't give a fuck about nature or civilization. They just want to make the most profit in the moment, and they tend to be very much the chaotic group, and is pretty unpredictable. So those are your factions. Are you interested in being scouting by any of these, or do you think Lord Narcissus avoids them all?
First of all, proud of you for not putting the word cult in any of those, because
There is none of them associate with being a cult. I do remember one of my favorite DM mistakes was coming up to you guys and just literally being like, "We are the cult of Halloween hatred." Now that I've said it, it sounds really bad.
We're like, all right, well, I just learned fireball, so let's just get them all to stand really close together. And
we do never introduce a bad guy as I am from a cult, and it's got the word evil and hatred in it.
Also, just so you know, in the Storm King's Thunder, answering the Zentarum were the people we murder hoboed.
yep, the one with the funny voice.
Mm-hmm. The Force Grey, the Black Staff, is the person who were like, hey, high level wizard, why don't you help us?
Oh yeah, her.
No. And then Lord's Alliance is led by Laurel Silverhand, who is the person I kept trying to bound.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some recurring characters.
Good.
So, which do you think you would be interested in, if any?
It's either none or the Emerald one.
Okay. Emerald Enclave has already been introduced, and you can insert yourself into that scene, because effectively what happened was they were in the middle of gardening outside of Trollskull Manor, trying to make the very wild, like, shrubbery of the place, which is everywhere, by the way, starting to work on that sort of difficult task. And
We're kind of embracing it. We're kind of making it fit with the theme.
yeah, it's like, it's going in.
Nature-y
It's
theme.
going in. You're getting a little bit of help from Follow the Flare. And I am also not going to give you shit if you say she or he on that one. Just to let you know, I let everybody else know I'm going to fuck it up too. I'll roleplay it, but if we're talking about him or her or whatever later, then that's fine. Or they. Yes, they were in the middle of gardening, and a white cat jumped into right into their area, opened its mouth quite wide in a yawn, and out came a voice. That voice being
You say a white cat?
a white cat. And yeah, you hear a very a melody. I just can't wrap my head around the word melodious. A sing-songy male
Melodious.
voice. Melodious. Thank you, teacher. Melodious male voice that said, "Interested in joining the Emerald Enclave? Come meet us at Falconmere in the Southern Ward. We're very interested in meeting you." And that was literally their introduction. If you wanted to kind of shoehorn yourself in and be a part of that, or be there during that, and have the Emerald Enclave have targeted you as well, or in a similar manner, I'm totally cool with that. Or you can avoid it. I will say blatantly, to not give you crap, if you avoid it, you are making your own fun for this chapter. So, and I'm totally cool with that, and I will work with you, but a lot of stuff that happens in this chapter is faction related.
Okay.
So what do you think? It will be
Can
the
I-
Enclave? Or Trollskull Manor time?
I think it'll be the greenies.
The Greenies. What were you going to
Go
ask?
Greenies.
Can I already have been a member? just like a real shitty fucking member, though.
Yeah, you want to have been like
I don't
not
go to
so.
any of the meetings.
Oh yeah, you have
I
zero
don't have an
renown.
address for any of their mail.
The renown does matter in this game, because the quests or the things that you will be doing with them will give you renown. So you have 0 renown, none. So
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, you've been like a member, but like it's like a moment where they're like, is he still? Nah, just take his name off the list. He hasn't contacted us in a while. You're not on the mailing list anymore.
Somebody's like, I heard he's gonna come this week. I heard I heard he's. And then he doesn't show up. And they're like,
He can't. He's got his finals. He can't be there.
So yeah, we open up at Troll Skull Manor, where we're gonna start all of you guys, and from here on out, you have control of exactly what you do, and where you go, and how you do the rest of this chapter, which by the way also consists of like 6-10 days, so 2 months worth of downtime, which we haven't even really talked about. We've talked about generally what we want to do, but we haven't talked about any actual actions we want to take to either make money or influence or do anything. Yeah. Very, very cool. So, take it away. Whoever wants to interact first, you can interact.
I think this is just after the cat happens.
Yeah.
The cat shows up and says that thing. I look at Soma and I'm like, Soma, what the hell? Fucking cats walking around talking to us. Them Emerald Enclave folk. I don't know about them though.
I think it's quite a neat trick.
Yeah, Martina, are you like out in your room, or are you down with us? Are you like leaning out the window?
Okay, as soon as the book shut, I like brought my book and I ran down.
Gotcha.
And I like slam it on the table. I'm like, hey!
Did you finish it?
Hey, Martina, you missed the talking cat.
Okay, anyways, you guys are weird again. Okay, so guess what? My book.
It what?
Told
I didn't
me,
hear it either.
It told me to meet the place.
The place, huh? Meet the thing at the
Fuck,
place.
what's the place's
That's
name?
right.
Hey Ed, what was the place's name again?
I'm so
Totally
tempted to make you make an intelligence check with Martina.
I'll do it.
Alright, go for it. Go for it. You're like, the place!
Me too, and of course, like a teenager, I don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's do this. You ready? 0 intelligence.
You do not remember right now, but you swear if you sat down for a while and
Oh no,
maybe
did it say in the book? I like opened the book and I vigorously leaf through the pages.
yeah, you turn right to a page about just how fast waste can move down this certain type of tunnel if you structure it this way.
Here somewhere. Come on, book, tell me.
Anyway, Martina, I think we're all going down to meet with the Emerald Enclave. I assume they invited you too.
You remember? You definitely remember. You're like, no, my place is really important. I don't.
Better.
Listen, I don't know if you've read a lot, but the words don't actually talk to you.
No, it spoke to me. It spoke to me.
I'm happy you got a strong interest in sewage management, Martina.
Well, it's not. It wasn't about sewage. Look at this shit up.
And so Dara just goes back.
No.
You will remember in 2 hours.
Oh.
I just imagine Soma like just like patting her on the back like it's fine and walks away.
You remember the urgency.
It said no. No. Oh no, my book is gonna hate me.
I give Solma a stern look, like, get this shit figured out. Like, I don't want to live with this.
Oh my god.
No. I sulk as I continue to like vigorously read about waste management, hoping the words are in
Hoping
there.
the word, hoping something jogs your memory.
Darcy, you know anything about talking books?
A lady!
I've seen many.
Is that one of them?
No. They usually have hats and glasses. And don't shut up.
Oh, well, you heard them. Martina.
No, she.
They don't have anything interesting to say anyway.
Do I see a sign or something that can like trigger me? Like, okay, what is she talking about? Goddess, give me something.
You don't have to see
Make
a
an
sign.
art-
I can sit here and get it freaked out about this for a while.
Make an Arcana check, Soma. This is just you trying to draw on your knowledge, the sign within your own brain. If you're looking for some kind of answer. Her book's talking to her.
I'm like, Martina, are you sure it wasn't the Emerald Enclave? Because a talking cat talked to us, so maybe they had the book talk to you.
It wasn't.
I think it was. We should just head
I
on
don't
down to
know.
Falconmere.
She
I
didn't tell
think
me
they
much.
were pretty
She
urgent
just-
about it.
The book, it didn't tell me much. It just told me to be at this place now. And I kind of forgot. I should have taken notes. Told me.
Well-
It was a big place. It was a big, important place.
The castle?
A tower.
I don't know. Hold on. It's got to be in here. If I saw the name, I would remember.
All right. Well, I think in a couple after we get this all set. Oh my God, I don't care. I really don't care, Martina. I really don't.
You hate me. I know you hate me. I stomp upstairs.
You're right.
Ew.
Martina, we're heading out in a couple hours. All right.
I don't care. I
But it's-
slam my door, open it, and slam it again.
Probably falls off the hinges
Yeah.
or some shit.
Then you hear the playing of it falling off its hinges, and I go, no!
Solma, you might have to take away her door. I don't know if she's earned that.
I think she will be fine. We had no doors back at where we lived before.
Oh, that
So-
makes things complicated. Well, when do y'all want to head down to Falconmere? You want to go down today, tomorrow, never?
We're pretty much done here for today. We can head on now.
All right, go grab your sister.
I stump up to get her while she's trying to maybe fix the door, I
I'm
imagine.
trying to fix my door very angrily, and instead of actually, I'll lean it against, and then I'll get really mad and I'll punch at it, which will make it clatter and start to fall out of place.
Yeah. I think it's like parts of it. Like at this point, any kind of handle that was on there has seen enough damage that it would no longer function.
Being at the stupid temple with all the stupid temple people, and they're all like, no need for privacy.
We'll fix that later, Martina.
What?
Take a break, we can go. You might remember on the walk, Martina.
No, but what if we're late? What if we're late? It's not even fair. I kicked the door.
Then, oh God, Martina. If Faith wants us to remember, we will remember, okay?
It's you and stupid fate. You know what? I don't even care. I'm taking my book with me, and it'll tell me again, and then you'll be sorry.
Okay. Let's go, Martina. And I grab her by the hand.
Oh, beautiful. So, are we heading to Falconmere then? Is that where you guys are going?
That's where the book told us to go.
Hey man, if that's where you want to head. I like to keep things
Wait,
fun.
the book told us to go, or the cat told us to go?
The
The cat told us, but I'm just gonna assume the book told you the same thing.
Oh,
Oh.
Or that you're just an idiot.
I'm just an idiot.
oh my god.
I think we've already gone over the average intelligence value of this party is like 6, so we're all a little dumb.
So you guys head out onto the town. Starting to make your way down into the southern ward, which is quite a ways. You have to take some main streets. The high road itself will lead you all the way down into the southern ward quite easily. So while you guys are making your way down there, it is the It is the bright and beautiful day, the morning moving swiftly into the afternoon of Waterdeep. Its streets are as packed as they will possibly be. You see many carriages, you see many folk going about their day. You truly get to experience the metropolis as you make your way through. And I think us as viewers get our first really good look at the metropolis as well. Just how many people are in Waterdeep. Easily 500,000. And people are just pouring through. We see you guys on one of those high sidewalks making your way by through the North Ward, and it's just sort of beautiful, wider streets, and things get a little bit thinner as we cut through into the Castle Ward, flanked quite well by the Trades Ward. And you can see on the Trades Ward side there's plenty of business interactions happening. Every single one of these little squares is a shop. People are moving I think a lot of you see extremely heavy traffic moving across the high road. I imagine going through between the castle and Trades Ward, you get a lot of those moments like when you're on a really busy street and it's like, oh, I gotta wait for side traffic, and you're just stopping all the time every time there's an intersection because there's so much traffic between the Castle Ward and the Trades Ward. You cut your way down to where the way splits into Waterdeep Way and the high road, and you make a sharp turn through the Trades Ward itself, and you get to fully experience the hustle and bustle of shopping. I am very convinced that there has to be a moment where it's like, ooh, there's some moments of what's that? Like, let's stop in this shop for just a second, you know? And that very well might happen. You know, as long as you're in this ward, you can pretty much purchase absolutely anything in the player's handbook. Like, anything that's there, it's available here. Probably magic items too if you do a little bit more searching. So maybe...
Can I buy an elephant?
Yeah, maybe if you guys want to pick something up, an elephant, yeah, you could order one. I don't know that there's one waiting for you in the city, but you could definitely order one. Pretty much, this is the hub of civilization in Toril. So of course, anything is possible here. You are very much going through the New York shopping district, and it's just packed with people. You finally break out of that and into the Southern Ward, where things get a little more calm, but for the most part, a little bit like you've dipped into one of the southern. It is the Southern Wards, but the more Southern Wards, the Southern Ward itself, it's not messy like the Dock Ward, but it is extremely. It has a thick blanket of culture, and you can see that the Southern Ward itself was probably one of the first major wards, because the people here are definitely just proud of their Waterdavian heritage and where they're from, and you get a lot of people's homes for sure, but you can just tell by like the tapestry, the architecture, everything about it. You can smell like the food that you only find in Waterdeep. You see the clothes on people that you only see in Waterdeep. You are going into a very cultured place. And yeah, you make your way, and you can see in the distance the Colat Towers, which one of you, I believe, made a good enough roll last time to know where Falconmere is. I believe that had to be Rodaro. And Falconmere is a villa, a manor of sorts, that is next to the Colat Towers, these huge spires, that are kind of a definite, what's the word? Landmark in this area. Besides that, the only other landmark would be the Honorable Knight, which is right over here in the center. Is that in an invisible layer? It is. No. You know where the freaking Honorable Knight is. So the Honorable Knight is this huge, one of the many 9-story tall, massive animated statues, but of course not animated. Once was frozen in time. The Honorable Knight is this beautiful, huge statue of this full-on knight, sword in front of him. He's got the shield, and a lot of people use him as a point of reference to get around. I can't believe that wasn't on before. I think I've mentioned the Honorable Knight. Never put this on this layer. So yeah, you guys make it just past Colat's Towers, and we're going to calm down the crazy, like, rush music of the day here. Yeah, get these down. Get something a little more. That's probably gonna be intro music, honestly.
I gotta remember.
Yep.
1 sec.
Yep. So yeah, you see Falconmere Villa, in the distance. The book doesn't tell me what Falconmere Villa looks like, or any kind of description of anything close, so it belongs to us. It is what we want it to look like. I am imagining so much flora everywhere. Like, there is got to be a ton of... When it says villa, I'm imagining in some point a villa would have to constitute... There's a wall of some sort that goes around the place, some sort of nice stone wall with those sort of roofs to the top of them, and just sort of pouring over these little roofed walls has to just be tons of gorgeous shrubbery that's just sprouting all kinds of beautiful... We have to really nature theme this sucker. Tons of beautiful flowers that are all blooming perfectly in the spring season. Everything is just fresh. You get that smell, that scent hits you. I love describing smells in this particular adventure, but you are just, bam, you are hit with. But it's coupled in contrast to the herbalist shop you guys went to. It is coupled with the breeze of spring, which just brings out everything and kind of puts all those smells in a beautiful little like melting pot, and it just feels great to be near this thing. The rest of the villas, go. It's you guys. You described to me what this place looks like.
I think it has, what is it called? Is it just like, you know those decks, those big southern houses have that like go around the whole thing?
Yeah.
Like one of those going on.
Yes, and it's got like the the double decks.
The double decks, and then there's the one right above it.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I'm just imagining that they have like colorful birds just around, like something should not be there but is there, and also maybe peacocks just like walking around, just.
Oh yes.
And according to my waste management book, they haven't updated their waste disposal system in a while, so the bathrooms are pretty, but they're, slow.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, we got some outhouses. No, I love that. Let me, is there another type of...
expert?
Becoming a waste expert, absolutely. Is there just, like, a different track that I had for this? I'm just peeking really quick, because I'm a music
Just put
boy.
Anya.
Put what?
The Avatar music from the singer Anya, or how you say it. It would be really epic, but that's me. I'm trying to be funny.
That would
so
be
sorry.
cool. No, you're good. No, that would be cool. I had... Okay, game music happy?
As you figure that out, I'll be right back.
I am cool with this. Alright. So, I am definitely... I am imagining, colorful birds. Tom, I love what you added. I think this is very much a southern manner in the way it is. I think it's cut its way out into, like, having its own, like, obvious lawn, like, in a stretched thing to get you there. And it's got that sort of gated, like stone wall in some places, gate in others. And as you guys step up, it does have a door essentially to it, like a door to the gate. I'm imagining a very intricate, like solid oak door that looks like it was pulled right out of the side of an oak tree, and filled with beautiful carvings. And the carvings all have different faces on them, but they don't look like, it's not like disturbing. I think it's a lot of different faces on the carving that look very like they're almost like posed for a painting. Like they look very serene.
Well, was definitely interested in looking at them really, like, intentionally. That's
Yeah.
pretty much how she got the visions to find Rodaro. And
Oh
Lord Narcissus.
yeah. No, you absolutely. You see, it's painting a picture, and you can see that some of them have shoulders, some of them have hands that come up that don't have any arms attached to them, and they all seem to be these faces, almost illustrating a scene, effectively of what you would expect in like a Renaissance painting. But the door is just one thick, solid slab of like cut wood. And as you step up to it, you see there does seem to be only in the door itself a single like hole that's sort of like carved out, and inside you can see there's like a bird's nest, and there's a small string that like pulls its way down, and like from like up. It's like basically a little fireplace like chimney situation where you'd have to like go in and pull on the string, and it seems to be like the only thing prompting you to enter.
All right. Well, we know our rule of open as few doors as possible, because that's how you avoid traps. So we climb the gate in normal murder hobo man. No. I look at Martina. Is this what your book was telling you about? This where you're supposed to be?
It definitely wasn't this.
All right. Well, you're here now. And
Yes.
All right, yeah. You reach in. Do you gently move your fingers around the nesting birds inside, or do you disturb them?
Like probably disturb them, but not like on purpose.
Yeah, you go to pull it and they flap out. And
Shit!
as you pull it, you hear a couple of of definitely bells ringing, but they all sound like they're coming from inside of the door. They're very hollow and they have an echo to them that just like boom, 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 boom.
To say they come from inside the birds.
Inside,
That's weird, man.
not inside the bird, inside the door. Inside the big, thick oaken door.
This is amazing. She's just like touching the door like this.
You didn't see a split in the door before, but you see it now as it opens, and a face immediately enters the door, and you see a very elegantly dressed, though you do see there is some dirt on their a little bit of dirt on their shoulder, and you see a red-headed elf, and they're a half elf, and their hair is all tied back, very slim features, very pointed, face covered in freckles. And this individual looks and he says, hello?
Hello. You called us. You sent the cat.
Called you?
Yeah, Cat said to come here to join.
Told you the cat thing was dumb.
Emerald Island. You know what, Martina? Nobody cares about your opinion right now. All right.
We care, Martina and Ridaro. We care about your opinion, Martina.
We
do care.
He's
just
like
not
looking
right now.
up. He's looking up and he looks over and like those.
Remember, and you're gonna feel sorry.
Like birds. And he looks at you.
Anyway.
Can we come in or something?
Who? And then he like looks up and around from it and he just says, and he looks like he's hearing something you're not hearing. He says, I'm sorry. Yes. He looks down at himself. Please, come in. Come in. And he opens the door. Yeah. You immediately enter. I'm gonna change this music a little bit because I think that's more the music of the area. We're gonna chuck back to the narration music. Yeah, you open up into what looks to be this pretty long, like the area is filled with garden, and you have this extremely sort of long walkway that makes its way to this southern manor in the center of a fairly large, actually it looks a little bit bigger on the inside than the outside, like manor area. Like, so they've literally cut out a part of a place that is just all urban and made it feel like you're out in nature for a moment. So you are literally stepping in, and then it has this cobblestone path, and there are trees that are beautifully placed. Where they are growing is like both natural and purposeful in where they are. And this this individual steps back as you step in past these oaken doors, and you can see he's absolutely embarrassed with the way he looks and wasn't expecting company in the moment. And he just says, "Why didn't you tell me? I didn't know it was this soon. I thought," and he just seems flustered. And he almost seems to not be paying attention to you guys in this moment, as if he's talking to somebody else entirely.
Hey, dude, chill out. Jeez.
He says, I'm chill. And he's...
Hey, chill. I'm Martina.
And he says, no.
Oh my, you didn't, Martina.
You can see he's humorless. He does not laugh at all. He says, I am Melanor, Melanor Fellbranch. It is good to have you. The Masters of Falconmere have shown interest in you, and that is why you are here today. Yes? You are those adventurers, yes?
Yes, we are.
By those.
He says, well, the ones who saved Raynor Neverim a week ago, right?
That was us.
Yeah, totally. He didn't do everything himself. Whew.
And says, as I have heard it, I do wish I wasn't wearing my gardening clothes right now. I apologize. I'm utterly embarrassed. And he looks at you guys up, like, what are you guys wearing?
I'm probably wearing, like, the similar shit to what he's wearing. Like, I'm not dressed up.
I'm wearing like overly tight shit. Like some stuff is too loose. Like my leather is kind of loose in areas, but like my clothing underneath is like tight, showing unnecessary amounts of skin. Cause you know I'm 15 and think I'm cool. So
I definitely like have the typical monk stuff, but my arms are showing so you can see the muscular arms, like just like when she crosses this, she like purposely stands like showing off herself, as well as she has the poofy pants, so it's like it like flows when she moves.
Oh, that's great. That is so good. If Antrain, did you want to describe? You don't have to if you don't want to. Just what you look like right now.
Probably the same as I normally. Weird fucking baggy ass clothes with my beard tucked into my fucking crotch.
Okay, so Melanor probably doesn't get many visitors, you imagine, because he finally takes the moment to notice that none of you are wearing anything nice enough to make him feel embarrassed, and he immediately feels embarrassed that he was embarrassed. And so he was just, ugh. And he like immediately deflated of all kind of stress, but then it kind of like curls back up, and he just says, well, if you are those individuals, then welcome. Welcome to the home of the Emerald Enclave within Waterdeep. I am...
Thank you, Falcor.
Melanor Fellbranch. Please say my name right.
Fella...
Melanor?
Melanor. Sorry, name's taken.
You may call me Mel if that's easier for you.
Easy as done. Mel. Well, Chill. I hear your name is also Chill.
He looks and he just says, It's Melanor, but Mel is fine. Are you the ones who saved Raynor Neverim?
Yes,
Who
we
else
did.
would?
We're sorry, Melanor. They're just just trying to be funny.
He says,
Don't mind them.
he looks and he just says, I do hope so. I'm not pestering them. Stop, no. And he just says, I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna try and walk past him if I can.
And he goes,
I'll
wait,
just say,
no, where are you going?
Mel, and just,
He asks where you're going. He's like, where are you going?
in. They called
we're
me for
going
me.
in, Mel, since you're pestering us.
They told me to go in.
You go into the house?
I'm just gonna walk.
Yeah, do the rest of you start rushing in?
I just stay with Melanor, and I'm just waiting to see what's gonna happen.
He's like,
with
they
them.
can't enter in,
I'm
they'll
really
bring
curious.
dirt! And he starts to follow them. And he,
It's not a big deal.
Yeah, dirt gets everywhere.
We
now.
see, like, a
You can't
side
help it. Don't
there's
bother.
like a side pan shot of you guys entering in, like one that seeps through like the like goes through the wall, and it's him like clamoring after him. We see you guys step into a very like nice, like well adorned, like it's got that very homey, earthy feel, but you can tell this place is well taken care of. Just imagine, like, we don't have to detail every inch of this place. Just imagine a very warm summer manor. Like the walls are close together, the ceilings are high, and there's just a warmth to the colors in here. It's very, you immediately get the sense of autumn when you enter inside, and the floors are that beautiful stained wood. It's just super nice. Like everything has a place, and it's the manor of somebody who probably lives pretty well. And fucking Mel's right behind you.
Cool, even if the toilets are kind of terrible.
Mel looks down at the floor, and the one thing you notice, like, immediately upon stepping in, not very lived in. There's nobody really here. You can immediately get that feeling, with all the warmth, there's no people. There's none of that soul of being lived in. It's not there at all.
Is there a chair anywhere?
There is. And you can tell that they are in a place where it's very, like, this hasn't been sat in a long time, but it's been taken care of.
Into a chair, hardcore. Don't
No.
take off my shoes, nothing. Just, in a very lazy style. And I'm like, this place is cool.
I was gonna say, Radara is very similar, like, puts her feet up on something, like, sits down, hands back.
Look how fancy this thing is! Look at
This
this!
is like-
This chair
oh
isn't
my-
that comfortable.
What is-
Melanor, I am
Stand.
so sorry for them.
He's...
Now, how
This
them
is-
drinks coming?
And he immediately steps in, he's like, the floor, dirt on the floor, and you can hear him, he looks
Did you want us
up,
to take our shoes off?
he looks up again, and he's like, no, it's been long enough without dirt on the floor, I don't need any dirt on the floor, I've kept it clean, and he's just he's like talking to someone again, and he's like, the earth belongs outside, no, it belongs outside, no,
Shit!
stop.
Sorry, Melanor. Jeez.
He's-
I take my shoes.
he's, like, not
I keep
even
them
talking.
And throw them at the door.
And he's just like, oh, he's like,
Martina, I think you were right. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
he's died over everything. You immediately, when you say that, Radar, you get the sense of, like, you immediately, and this is what strikes you, like, this is different about this place. All that feeling of before of not being lived in is washed away as you all get a warm feeling inside of the comfort of some unseen host. Don't worry about him. This is a feeling that I'm giving you. Don't worry about him. He's just very anal, and you are welcome here. Please come in. It's been too long since I've had anyone. And, like, that's the feeling you get more than a voice. It's just a feeling, and you feel like, no, like I'm fine. The person, you immediately get a sense of the owner of this house is okay with me being here. Mel's just, the seat, could you sit, and he pulls out like a log from like the fire and like sets it down and the pieces come off and on the floor, maybe here. He like points at the log, like,
I sit
the
on
hell?
it.
Tell me to sit on a log when there's a chair.
I'll be right
in
back.
my butt right now.
I'll be right back. And he goes,
Let's go to your places. Let's go to the book place instead.
he goes into,
This place is pretty cool. It feels really nice.
He
This
goes-
chair's a little sick.
he goes into a closet and immediately takes out some cleaning tools, and you see the minute the closet opens, ooh, that's where things have been lived in. You can see there's just all this crap of like cleaning. He pulls out this like metal pan and this brush, and he's immediately like, he's going around just cleaning.
Oh jeez, Melanor, can you sit down?
He has
Sit
had
down,
to he has had to block all of you out.
Martina, are you still looking
I
for
still
a new
yell at
boyfriend?
him for too long of a time. I'm like, Melanor, sit down. Sit. Mel,
Radaro, when you say should we leave, you immediately get it's again that sense. Please don't leave. Don't let him. And I think it does start to make it starts to blend its way out of being a feeling and being more of a voice. It starts to just make its way slowly to that. Like, you're feeling so much from whatever this presence is, it can't help but manifest itself in your mind as some form of communication. Please don't leave. He keeps my home, and he's good at heart, I promise, but he's very overbearing. You are welcome here, heroes of Raynar Neverember. Please make yourselves at home. And he says,
Mel.
and you hear this voice come again. Mel, and he's just says, my name is Jareth Falconmere. And it says, I want you to think of this place as your home. Your second home, maybe, if possible.
Can we just get another house, guys?
And it says, the Falconmere compound is open to those who feel as though the natural world is as much a part of us as we are of it. And he says, I want to welcome you into the Emerald Enclave, but This cannot be done simply by my command. It must be one's will. Do you wish to be welcome here with us?
I think we could maybe come to an agreement after, some negotiations are negotiated.
The book, and I'm dangling my book I'm holding the cover so the pages flop. I'm like, but my book!
Jareth,
Like,
did you
see my
tell the book? Did you tell her to come here through the book?
It's not. The book is a her, idiot.
You get that feeling again, and the voice comes back to you. It says, I don't believe an invitation was extended to Martina, but
Oh, I'm so sorry.
If it is that she wishes to stay, she is more than welcome.
You didn't want me here. They didn't want me here.
It says, I apologize if you feel offended.
I don't feel offended. I don't get offended, okay?
Is it like an age?
Oh, you are definitely... Would you like some tea?
What I am.
And this voice says, would you like some tea? And you immediately look down the table. Don't know when it happened. There's tea. Mel didn't make it. And then Mel looks up and he goes, the china. The china. And he just
I grab it very, like, not understanding its worth.
There's tea in it. And he's just like, China. And he just comes to his knees and he just starts weeping.
Dude, Mel, take a seat.
I come to him and I'm just like petting him, like, come down, please.
He's just, yeah. He immediately, like the calm turns to like frustration, and he's just like, don't touch me. And he just says, Jared, I have kept this place clean for you for a very long time. You promised that they wouldn't come in here. And immediately you feel that sense of calm, like, come over again. It washes over, and he just goes, fine. I'm gardening. I'm going to garden. And he just leaves.
Oh, did you want tea, too? Did you also want tea?
Only people who aren't allowed here get tea, Martina.
Well, then you get no tea, because you were allowed here.
You are all welcome. He says, please, you are all welcome here. I don't want to give off any kind of feeling of not be welcoming. And he says, this is hard to explain. I imagine that you haven't really interacted with many people in this way.
I'm pretty perplexed myself.
I usually interact with people with my fist.
He says,
that's not true at all, actually.
I have no other really good way to explain what it is you're feeling and how it is you can hear me, yet I'm not here. And the tea... What does Martina say? What does Martina say?
Where are you?
I think he's the house.
I think it's
Where are you?
I am, and I know this is going to sound very on the nose, I am everywhere and nowhere.
This guy's been drinking.
Okay.
Emerald Enclave. I don't know anymore.
Says, you have to understand, and I know this, this always happens. This is why we don't have visitors. I'm a demigod.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Through my studies, I was able to ascend, and I lost the necessity of a material form.
Is your name Gorb?
Jareth.
Have you met Istis? Please tell me.
Says, Istis. Yes, I have.
You just see the calm soul mapping, like,
This
you know,
is,
like typical fangirls. Oh my god.
this is a new god
Slow
upon the
Martina
plane.
just like out of the chair.
God.
I believe that their ideals are one with what I would agree with. In many ways. They are new, yes?
At least since we were little,
A
he
young,
started to teach us about her.
a young,
Yes.
well, a young god in Toril at the very least. But are you a acolyte
Stupid god.
of this god?
Yes, I am, as well as my sister.
I think you will.
Which you can...
I think you will find that my patron Maliki and Istis will find many, and have found many, a common ground. You will have a home here if you wish to have one.
This is dumb. I don't like her.
Radaro laughs.
You immediately hear a unraveling of something, and you look over and see a map that has been tidily put in a place for quite a long time. A beautiful map of Waterdeep rolls out as kind of an introduction into this spiel
Holy
that
shit,
Jareth
what was that?
is going to give you. It says, a map of Waterdeep. I wanted to explain why exactly what our interest is in you. The Emerald Enclave, that is. Waterdeep is a very beautiful place. Though it may not seem right for a member of the Emerald Enclave to believe this, I find that civilization will one day make its place in the natural world. And Waterdeep, I think, is where it must start. It is built
Made her place.
on the...
We've literally built up around that. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Jareth.
Oh, no, it's fine. I was going to let you finish, but I do not get to talk to people very often, so I'm always interested in what others have to say. Waterdeep is built on a mountain. It was first a pirate's port turned trader's route, and then city. It is a beautiful place, as I said before, but beautiful places are not without their corruption. Waterdeep is troubled in many ways, and it has grown so large, I fear, that much of it goes untended, like a garden that's overgrown, and a gardener that is overworked. And you all think of Milver. Far too much to do, and far too focused on keeping things clean, when there's just so much dirt underneath. And I think you hear a board creak, and you look over to easily see like a trapdoor kind of issue that's sort of been open, and you can peer inside and see under this house is not so good. Like, the above house is great. This house is essentially a metaphor for Waterdeep. Above the house, beautiful. Below the house, Mel's just been so obsessed with everything else being perfect. He just hasn't... You think he doesn't even know about this trapdoor. In fact, it's hidden.
We see it, I go, nobody tell Mel. Nobody.
It says...
We will be quiet about this.
And it closes, and you can see
I'm gonna
that
tell him.
there's just like you can see there's like all kinds of like dirt, and like nature's broken through in so many ways. It is impossible to contain the natural world, but for Waterdeep to survive, it must learn to become a part of it and not fight against it. I want to employ people who hold certain ideals that match this. Give you purpose within the city. Focus on the things that others have let fall into the side. There are many troubles in Waterdeep that are overlooked by many an official. And it is us, the Enclave, that goes about making sure the small things that go unnoticed don't.
Picking out weeds.
Yes.
Oh my god.
To make sure that the plants of the garden will grow.
Eat. I'm getting this.
So,
Yeah. So what? No, never mind. I was gonna talk about sewage system. We're not going there. So what kind of bankroll does this gardening profession give?
well, there is potential for that. But I consider myself a generous person and not a fool. I have had many who come to our doorstep seeking gold and fortune, and I can tell you, though we may provide such things, it is not what we are about. I will give you missions. from Falconmere. You can complete those missions, help the city of Waterdeep and the natural world at the same time, and increase your renown within our faction. As those progress, I may be able to provide you with many benefits. It's at this point that you see,
Give
and
me the catalog.
because here's a fun thing. This individual can cast every single druid spell.
Turn
But
me into a dragon bomb.
he will, as an example, I think we see, and I don't have any like epic music, but just to display the power that could be accessed by you if you decide to dig into this faction. Do I have like fucking epic music? I don't know if I do have like the coolest shit ever. Scare Dragon ambience isn't gonna work. Sewer, library, haunted house, no. Crowd large, church, harbor. Imagine epic music, friends, as it plays, as the room around you begins to turn and shift, the furniture sort of lifting you up, and you watch as around you trees begin to form and burst out of the ground and wrap themselves in mere seconds in entire portals that surround you, and within each a green light brightens its way up into your view, and you see spinning within what looks like pools of water filled to the brim with autumn leaves, and you hear the individual's voice magnified, their full sort of godlike form being sort of pushed. These kind of like, this is the moment of like, yeah, I'm gonna kind of show you what I can do here, and it's very much, through us, you can access worlds unknown and powers you have not yet been able to access. It will take time, but the Emerald Enclave wishes to see balance come to all things, and we have the power to grant it. And then it immediately shrivels back up and into the room. But this power must come with your loyalty. We do not accept anyone. You must prove yourselves. It is whether or not you wish to do so. Your choice that matters here. And this is the point where you say yes or no to the Emerald Enclave, and I give you your first quest with them, or we can roleplay in this area more, however you want.
We throw down.
I would say yes. He knows my goddess. Oh, heck yeah.
Mr.
Find his heart.
Jareth,
Yes.
I don't mean to be rude, but I have a book here,
Okay.
and I need to talk to it first
Oh, okay. Well,
because it's really pushy.
I...
Need the answer like now.
He'll say, Martina, it is, correct?
Yeah.
I did not call to you because another claimed you. Claimed at least a first chance to sell their pitch, rather.
Measurement book.
What'd you say?
Measurement book.
In my book, says, there are many ways which Vajra Blackstaff contacts her future wards.
She's not the author. Look at it. She's not the author.
Says, she has many ways to contact. I believe you are suffering from the after effects of a magic mouth spell. A way to contact individuals. I believe if you are looking for Vajra Blackstaff, and I know full well she's looking for you, you want to go to the Blackstaff Tower, the home base of Fort
That's
Grey.
where you told me to go! Oh my gosh!
I'm happy that I was able to help you.
I told you!
Do
Okay,
know,
I'm sorry.
I want to hear it, Martina.
as Martina says, do know, if what she offers you seems not quite in line with what you wish, know that the Emerald Enclave will welcome you with open arms.
Cool. Look, I don't want to be rude, dude. Like, I
No.
really don't want to be rude. I just, like, the lady was real scary.
She is a
And she was
little...
like, be here now.
She is
And I
in...
was like, I'm not gonna fight it.
I would say that if there was one, and never call me a gossip, but if there was one defining trait of Vajra Blackstaff, I would say abrasive is the right word.
Oh, I'll work for her.
And you shall not need to if you wish to work for me instead.
Tell me, pay about the same as maybe them Lord's Alliance folk?
The rewards that the Emerald Enclave will be able to give you will, I think, far exceed any kind of gold amount with time that you are expecting.
Alright, let's do it then. I trust you got more trees than just what we're seeing here.
There's like a whisper focused on you. There will be gold. What does Lord Narcissus have to say about all this, or is he sort of a he just start taking it in? Oh, and I think it is definitely a welcome back. What's Narcissus' first name? Lord?
I'm trying to remember. I did have a name for this, but I don't fucking remember what it was.
Maybe it's just for you, just because Jareth doesn't want to doesn't know if you're kind of trying to keep things, doesn't want to break into your secrets. Emerald Enclave definitely respects secrets. Just this individual will use your first name. Welcome back. I can't say I didn't hope to see you again.
I don't know. Let me ask you this: Has Lord Narcissus seen this display of power before?
Do you want to have?
Probably not.
Okay, you have not. You've probably you can tell me what your first interaction with the Emerald Enclave was. Maybe something like so less. You can immediately identify as somebody who has once been. This is a highest fuck ranking member of this faction. This is top of the line. This is a pretty big Emerald Enclave contact.
Okay. I think probably beforehand he's probably only talked to Mel.
Yeah. Oh, you're back.
Yep, that thing. And I guess he doesn't really say anything, but he's sitting there thinking sassily to himself, I can do that shit. I did that shit when I drank that purple haze from that one fucking shopkeep.
God, Mel.
That's all that fucking is.
That's great. Mel,
And he's...
Go ahead.
No, and Lord Narcissus is suspiciously looking around the house for a can of mayonnaise, because that's what he's thinking about. I don't know why.
Ooh, a can of what?
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, you find it. So while you are within this home, this in Falconeer Manor, you are welcome in this compound. You do not need to have a lifestyle choice. You can let that go and stay in the Enclave. While you're in Trollskull Manor, you still need that lifestyle choice. This place can wipe that away.
Bye, Trollskull.
You can let it go if you want. This place can take care of you, for sure. If you want, you could sell the alley. A lot, the focus of the adventure a lot of times. I will say it's not a big deal. A lot of people are like, not the tavern. The tavern can be sold. It's not the center point of the adventure.
Maybe we try and
near the tavern.
Maybe we renovate it and try and flip it, make a profit off of it.
You could
flip this house.
Or
just have renters.
Jareth could help you. He could help you get it up and running, make it a new spot for the Emerald Enclave. What's up?
I have an idea.
What is it?
Let's kidnap Mel and just leave him there for a week.
The garden is so dirty.
He'll clean it. He'll fix everything.
So, as you guys are able to make yourselves at home here, I don't know if Martina's out the door or is going to wait for her friends. The blacksmith did say take your friends.
Yeah, as soon as the Black Tower thing, our conversation was over, I was like, I gotta go because I'm already late. So.
All right.
Martina, why don't you just join this? It's easier. One less place we gotta go. This place is great.
Very serious.
Book lady sounds kind of like she got a stick up her ass. I don't know.
I'm like, you got to stick up your ass, and I stopped.
All right, then I
I say, Thank you, Jareth. We will be back.
Oh, you chase after her? Is there a moment?
Yeah.
Rodaro?
Yeah, I hurry after her. I'm like, thank you, Jareth. It's a yes, by the way. And
Oh, I did have a quest for you. Oh, right.
just send it via cat.
I can't.
Should I?
Okay, then I go back. I wait then. I'm not gonna.
Unfortunately, my divinity is currently held only here, as per my agreement to stay within the city. So Martina's gone. Does Rodaro stay then? Martina goes?
I stay in the doorway and I watch. Do I know where these Blackstaff towers are?
Yeah, you know where it is. So
Okay, then yeah,
you could
no.
catch up to Martina, and she'll probably get lost.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
So there will
I'm gonna get
probably be
lost
some...
in direction.
Oh, geez, I just,
You're
like,
gonna get
stretched you.
kidnapped by the Zentarum, and we gotta go on a quest to catch you.
As
And
a
then we-
loyal sister, I'm gonna just quickly like bow down to the house and be like, I shall be back, and I just like try to catch up to Martina.
Okay.
I'll fill her in. Don't worry. What's this quest you got for us?
All right. Just made it three new members, and one of them already leaves, and the other... No, it's fine. Sorry. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything all right, Jared?
I could sense a return. It's been a while since I've had any recruits, so and there's a lot on the docket. What ones I do have are quite busy with many other things, but there has been an issue that we have been wanting to resolve. A perfect moment to have you prove yourselves to the Enclave. Do you think you would be ready even now to take such a quest?
Yeah, I mean, I got the rest of the day off. I don't got anything big going on.
This might take a few days.
That's what the other people said about our last job.
Well, I
Hold an
trust
all-nighter.
that your confidence is well placed.
Mm.
The outlying farms of the city. These are places where common folk take up residence still within Waterdeep in some way, in a true way, but they have decided to make themselves a little more in contact with the outside world, which I most definitely approve. There is a village. It's called Undercliff Village. It hides in the shadow of Waterdeep. Far to the... not too far, but far enough to the east. This place gets, unfortunately, ignored by the City Watch and those with power to defend it. The farms have been terrorized of late by a scarecrow come to life. It has slaughtered livestock whole, chased horses, and spooked farmers. No one has been killed yet. So the city guard has decided to drag its heels on the subject. Something must be done.
Well, I ain't scared of no ghosts, Jareth. We'll take care of that.
You ain't scared of no ghosts.
We already have one in our house.
And I'm actually terrified of it.
Says it'll say some ghosts don't hold such malevolent feelings, but I have a sneaking suspicion that, especially with animated scarecrows, that evil may be afoot. Minor evil, but evil all the same.
Burn it down. I got you.
Well, no, do not burn the village.
No, just the scarecrow, not the village.
Yes, by all means. As long as the village is not harmed.
Contain the fire. Get a nice fire pit around the scarecrow.
Fire
Burn
is a
it.
natural element, as long as it is... Yes, I will not go on a spiel.
Thank you.
Trying-
I wouldn't understand it.
trying to keep that to a minimum. It's been a while. All right. Well, that is your first quest. You are welcome here. Did I get everything? I think I did. Scary portals that are also magnificent. Okay, we have everything.
Thank you so much, Jareth. This has been a pleasure.
I think the Emerald Enclave will be happy to have you. I'm excited to see you prove yourselves.
I'm excited to go burn a scarecrow.
If I could give you a thumbs up, I would, but I don't have a body, so...
You're a strange house, Jareth.
What can I do? Sure. And you see all of the paintings change a little bit to be thumbs up in the house. The paints shift, and it's just... I was considered myself a decent artist. And that'll,
Well,
yeah.
I'd love to stay and hang out a little bit longer, but I got a child to go catch. So.
So you have your very first quest from the Emerald Enclave, and
it.
you can engage with that one, and you can engage with it whenever you want. I think the best time is during the next 2 months, but it's up to you guys.
Andrew, you want to go burn this thing down without him?
Without him. So, we're going to a fancy-ass place. Crap. Do I have fancy-ass music? You guys are heading straight to the... you can easily catch up with Martina. Solma. You guys are heading to Blackstaff Tower?
Sounds like it.
The direction
Yes.
Black Staff Tower is, according to the waterways.
Where the fuck? Okay, here we go. It's far as fuck away. Damn. Alright. Let's get this shit out. Token. No, not token. Jesus.
Hey,
What up?
hey, Ed.
Yeah.
This little pit area here that we're close to, is this where we got our griffins from?
Oh, we got our griffins way up north.
Oh yeah, you did. So, I'm gonna just sort of get you guys... We're going north. Very far north. Book. There it is, Blackstaff Tower.
Woo!
I'll move you all. Ha-ha. Blackstaff Tower is where you guys are at. So, God, give me arcane music. I'm gonna straight look it up. Track. We're just gonna bounce on these down right from Fanburst.
Tell me, Narcy, you know anything about scarecrows? Scaring people, not just the crows? Sounds like a scarecrow isn't a good name for it anymore. It should be scare everybody.
I've never heard of one of these. It's probably just some stupid person dressed up as something stupid.
Probably, or like a B-list supervillain or something.
Could just be a collection of tiny rats standing
That's
on each
true.
other's shoulders.
All right, you want to go eat lunch after this and then go take out those rats?
Yeah, buddy.
All right. By the way, Soma, we gotta take out some rats shaped in the form of a scarecrow. That's what they want from us.
Today?
Yes, today.
If he says so, okay.
As long as we do it in the next 2 months. It's a long time to deal with this.
Yes.
You know. It's right outside town. Probably like a, I don't know, 40-minute walk from here or something.
As long as I don't miss my apprenticeship.
Oh. Tell me, you think
Ooh.
you and your boyfriend can make a door like they got over there at Falconmere?
I think we can manage. Yes.
But Radara was like expecting her to be like, "You're not my boyfriend. She's not my boyfriend." And instead, she's like, "Oh, okay, I see."
So, you guys make your way through the many wards of Waterdeep, and I'll jump down another Waterdeep day. Yeah. Waterdeep day 2. Cool. And you make your way into pretty dang far north in the Castle Ward. Probably back your way through the Trades Ward, cutting back through the busy streets of Waterdeep and into the Castle Ward proper. Now, Blackstaff, once again, is a place that isn't detailed. It probably is detailed in this book, but guess who's not going to spend 20 minutes looking that up? This guy! So we're going to also work on the Blackstaff Tower here a little bit, and again, creative freedom. I'll lay a foundation and you guys help me out. I've got a good idea of kind of what inside will look like. I like to leave insides of places very vague, so we're just sort of in it and not having to worry about every little fucking room. Outside is very important though. So as you make your way through the Castle Ward, you can hear the sounds of the market, one of the probably one of the only places where like a lot of like a selling happens outside of the actual proper trades ward of Waterdeep. The market is inside of Castle Ward proper, but it tends to have a little bit higher quality goods here, a little bit more noble class market. Like there's some people who would, I only frequent the castle market. I don't go to Meyer, like the farmer's market. This is the only one. So yeah, it's packed with a lot of different stalls and tends to be a bit higher quality. You can definitely hear the sounds that come from that, which is probably where most people in the castle ward kind of filter into. The castle ward, other than that, holds a lot of the governmental buildings, and that's probably why the Blackstaff is here. Blackstaff Tower itself, that is a pretty important building, being like the focus of arcane within the city. And we're going to describe that, but I want to give a couple more, because you guys are just going past these amazing landmarks that I feel like I have to illustrate. The Dreaming Lady, for instance, is pretty cool. Another one of the huge statues. I don't completely remember every detail of what was written in this book, but from what I imagine, I believe this individual lays down completely. You can still see them, just sort of this mountain-like structure, effectively. Like you might mistake it for a mountain at one point, and we see the full statue of this Dreaming Lady sleeping, and she's leaning up against a bunch of crushed buildings that at this point have just sort of been like built around her, or like you could tell like she definitely smashed whatever was previously there, and they had to build around afterwards. And you see another far in the distance, the Sahagin humbled, and you see another statue further north of a Sahagin, which is like a half fish, half man individual, and they seem to be like in a state of anguish facing the sea. These massive, and I'm going to tell you, like, there's nothing taller in Waterdeep than perhaps the Mount Waterdeep itself than these statues. You can see them from a mile away. So as we approach the Blackstaff Tower, I will start by saying, as far as approaching this thing, I think the area around it, especially with the music we have going here, the ambience, is not magical at all. Like, it is not like you have entered the magic ward of World of Warcraft. It is very much like this is a tower that is surrounded by, like, the magic's got to be more inside than out, but it can have like really interesting features. I'm imagining it is tall as fuck. That is like a big, huge thing. I'm imagining a very, like, whatever kind of architecture it does have definitely differentiates itself from what's around it. But there's no, like, mystical hum. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Because it's called the Blackstaff Tower, can the tower look like a staff, maybe? I don't know.
Just a
But
full...
it's not black. It's not black.
What is it? What is it?
I don't know.
Oh,
Like,
it could be gray.
Gray. And everybody's like, why do they call it the Blackstaff Tower? It's not black.
To my waste management book, there's only bathrooms on every other floor, so you have to kind of pay attention.
This waste management has a whole fucking... It's just everything, like, I do know where the toilet is here. Anything you want to add, Entrain, to the tower? So it's very tall, it's gray.
It can be black if we want.
Gray's cool.
No, make it gray. I like it being a little off.
Yeah.
Gray's good.
Maybe it used to be black, but the paint.
Maybe it has black windows? I don't know.
Ooh, yeah. It could... I'm imagining a place very contrast to Emerald Enclave. Very, like, straight to business. Formal. Like, it's just, like, not a lot of, like, crazy arcane features where there could be something, like, wacky. Like, I'm gonna put a wizard's hat on top of my tower. It's none of that. It's just, like, a straight tower. And I think its opening is also very quaint. I think the only opening on it, the only door on the surface level, is just a straight up wooden door. Just plunked right into the side of this tower, like it would be on the side of a freaking shed. It's just plunk, and it's just there. It's like medium size. Some people have to duck for it. It's just that. What would you guys like to do other than approaching it? Like, you see, like, there is a good amount of space around it. It's got itself positioned on kind of a bit of a hill, and there's not a lot of people, like, going to and from it. What would you like to do as you approach, or who opens the door or knocks, or what's the interaction?
I would just Martina. Hey, Martina, they invited you.
I was gonna say, we all are like 5 feet behind Martina and just make her go and do everything. Be like, Martina, you're an adult now. You gotta do everything.
This place doesn't look as cool as Jarrus. And that I mutter that to myself.
Jared's.
As as I walk up to the door and I just open it.
Okay, you open it, and as you guys see her open the door, very peculiar, the first bit of magic that you get. The door opens, but as it opens, it's like she's going through, like the door looks like it would open on a hinge. It spins as if it's on like a center pillared axis. It spins and she like falls into darkness and it comes to a stop and she's gone. Martina, you immediately crash into a fucking storage closet. A bunch of brooms fall over, a bunch of just a bunch of stuff just piles over, and we just hear like and you are in a dark room and like you immediately are hitting like a bunch of like poles and you're not sure what's going on or where are you. What? So Soma, Rodaro, Narcissus, what do you guys do?
As quickly that happens after her. That's my sister.
Okay.
She just
So we see
disappears.
her just like fall in and then just
Fall in.
I just laugh and stand there.
Do you just like push towards the door, Soma, and like slam it open?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, you open it, and Soma, as you open the door, it immediately, as you open it, another that magic, it's almost as if the individual shuts the door so quickly that not more than one person can get through at a time. Soma, you immediately step out, click, click, your whatever kind of shoes you have, step on a very, like, pristine, completely pitch black stone floor, and you are in a long hallway with huge arch ceilings that do not fit inside of this, and you are in a wizard's academy immediately. You have been launched in, and you're just kind of like, where's Martina?
Where's my sister? Oh, God.
you don't see her. Rodaro, Narcissus, do you guys enter, or you're like, we should wait for them to come out?
What do you want to do, Darcy?
We can. I'm okay with waiting.
Yeah, I think we just smoke a little out the door.
All right, so let's change
Pull
this.
out that
Let's change this
halfling.
music. We got this Soma Martina solo solo happening here. Just great. Let's get this up. So, as you look around for your sister, Soma, you can hear. Let me see. Do I have a? I have a library here, ambient library as well, which I think would fit for this. You can immediately hear, so you see individuals walking down these long hallways, very much of like a Harry Potter-esque school, and you can hear the sounds. You're like, where's my sister? And you hear it's like a whining pitch that's very like very, very familiar to you in a door not very far from you, and you can hear you can hear the door, and you can hear it rattle on its metal hinges.
A lot of clatter. A lot of clatter.
A lot of clatter coming from that door. You don't get to it before it spills open, and just like you hear that sound, that sound we all know of the wood of mops and like brooms, like click click clicking to clattering to the floor as Martina spills out in a cloud of dust.
Ow! Ow! What stupid doors lead to stupid places? I'm kicking a bucket off my butt.
Are you
Stupid.
okay?
Stupid. I'm
How
kicking
did you get in there?
to the side.
Soma, you only notice this now. Martina, you are on the ground. As you are getting up, you see there is a pair of feet in front of you. A pair of shoes, rather. And they are in pristine black heels. And you start to, like, follow up. And, yeah, we see Vajra Blackstaff looking down at you. Let's get her image, get her artwork on here. For this chapter. Where is it? Force Grey. Is here. Vajra Safar. Her last name is not Blackstaff, it's Safar, but she is the Blackstaff. And yeah, we can see we can see her right here. Because I believe I've shown this to you guys before, but we'll prompt it up again. She'll look down and she'll say, Martina, I presume. The door does have a humorous way of welcoming new individuals. And she puts a hand down to pick you up. Though I don't see too many get the broom closet. And she turns over to Soma and she says, front door. Very good.
And of course, where would I end up? Oh.
She smiles and she'll say, Ah, well, I think it's
That's
best.
why it's Black Staff.
And she helps you stand up, Martina, that I cordially welcome you to Blackstaff Tower. And she says, please, follow me. And we get one of those scenes where you feel like you're being led by the teacher. Essentially, like, oh, we're going to detention class.
I lean down to Martina. This feels like that we're back at home.
Shh, she's gonna get mad if we're talking.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
And
Stay quiet.
she will turn to the side, and she has a little bit of a smile on her face when she says this. She'll say, quite right, Martina. There are many studying here, and they need their silence. So, definitely, shh.
I do love studying.
Gosh.
Could get me in trouble.
She will lead you into a chamber that's a bit more quiet, an open chamber. It's one of those rooms that that is like it's got like all of the student seating that makes its way all the way to like a center, and it's sort of like a dome situation, like a bowl. And when she enters in, you see the seats are empty. This is an unoccupied classroom. You can see that the ceiling itself is a dome ceiling. It shows all the different arcane symbols all across the schools. The very center, like everything has symbolism all over it. Every single piece of structure here is like made for purpose, and this is a classroom where wizards become arch wizards, kind of thing. Like this is like a you can see there's like all of the different desks have like divination orbs at them, and like other different things, and ink quill pens. Like everything's perfectly set, and she will lead you down to the center stage area, which is quite wide enough. And I think as you get further down, you find a very disorienting effect that area gets bigger and bigger. So it was kind of like smaller from afar, but as you get down closer, it increases in size to become a very wide floor that you step upon with a circular desk at the center with all kinds of things upon it and papers and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, she will lead you down to the center area, and she'll be like, I'm sure you are wondering why it is that I called you here.
Yeah, ma'am, yeah.
Please come take a seat. And as she waves her hands, 2 seats form out of dust in front of you. Comfortable.
We sit down properly, yeah. Xavier, we're gonna be nice.
She'll say, she'll look at both of you and she says, what fine and proper girls. I must appreciate the etiquette. And she'll say, I have heard quite a few things of you and your friends, though I'm slightly disappointed, Martina, that you couldn't quite get everyone here. I would have indeed enjoyed speaking to the...
They're right outside,
and she puts her hand up, and she says, outside, yes. A step away from my door, which is a step too far. So...
Oh, no.
Here you two are. I am glad that you have come. Do not worry. It was not a requirement that they all enter, but I am satisfied that at least one other besides you. Loyalty among sisters is a very admirable quality. She will say, I have called you here because you have drawn my attention, and not many people do that. Raynar Neverember is an extremely important lord and noble, especially in these trying times. What connections he has to the city are quite important. His rescue is not something that should go unnoted, I believe. And I also am a firm believer in where risk is made, reward should be given. Says, I'm interested in offering you employment. I don't know if you are already aware of this, but I head one of the most outfitted adventuring companies within the city, known as Force Grey. We are committed to Waterdeep in every sense, 100%. The city's survival is the survival of all of civilization across the world, and the guarantee that the natural world as well survives. Balance in all things, as always, but with a careful and articulate hand. She says, we are very interested in recruiting you, but in no way do I plan on doing that here and now. I wish simply for you to prove to me that you are worthy of such a place. You have so far done something exquisite enough to draw my attention, so I am willing to give you a chance, which is very rare with me. So, if you will accept, I will make you a Grey Hand, which is not quite a member of Force Grey, but a recruit, rather. A potential member. And she pulls out 2 pieces of paper and slides them over on the table, and she snaps her fingers, and beautiful black quills curl around and settle perfectly either side. And she'll say, if you're interested in taking up a short-term amount of employment with me, to possibly enter into something further, I would be more than happy to accept both of you. Waterdeep is in quite a troubled time, more so than it may seem. We are in need of adventurers who are willing to risk their lives for the good of the whole city.
I just leaned down to Martina like, do you want to do this? I followed you here.
Joyce, she scares me.
She'll look and she'll say, don't let the documentation intimidate you. It is simply a signature to confirm that you are willing to start. Not any kind of binding contract, of course. I would not be so cruel as to cast such a spell upon these papers. Simply an agreement that you are interested in working with Force Grey. These sort of things, the bureaucracy, my hand is forced.
May I read this first, please?
By all means.
Thank you. And I check the paper and I see if there's anything shifty about it.
Grab it and I look at my sister, and whatever she's doing, I imitate it.
Insight check. Vajra noticed this very much like a school teacher noticing a flaw in a child that needs to be gotten rid of.
Anxiety inducing.
It's like, confidence, an issue. There we go. 10 on the insight. It is a legitimate paper. The only thing that it agrees for you to do is it says that you will for a very short time of a 10-day, you are committing yourself to Force Grey and will not affiliate with other factions outside of those approved by Force Grey. And you see that Emerald Enclave's on there. And
okay, I was like, no.
And that for that preliminary period, you will be tested in maybe just with a it's something very simple. It's like she said, it's very much the bureaucracy of the situation. She would rather you not sign anything, but this is all to make sure that what she's doing doesn't seem like she's stepping out of. She seems irritated that she has to hand you these, but you can tell that I think with insight, it's a situation of if she doesn't do this, higher ups might be like, that Vajra Safar, what's she doing without our... We gotta watch her. Just magic, And so this is, there to cover her ass more than yours.
Okay, seeing that I still can follow the god who knows my goddess, I'll be like...
Yeah, no problems with religion.
Okay. I lean into Martina, we can do this and see how it will go. What do you think? This might be a sign. Again.
I got
so
go ahead.
She's not allowed to see the Emerald Enclave while she's doing this thing?
No, she is.
Oh, she is?
It says it's okay for you to affiliate with them, but you are... it essentially it outlines that Force Grey is kind of going to be... Force Grey is going to kind of be first on the list a little bit.
I look up nervously at the lady.
She has her hands folded. She's got these gloves, and she just kind of these pristine, nice, beautiful, perfectly fitting. I'll take away a little bit of this illustration and say that her gloves are just very silk, and they perfectly fit her slender fingers. while you're in the midst, I have a small scene. I know I've been talking a lot, but I'm loving this moment a lot. Being selfish, I want more. A small scene. We hear the door slam open, and immediately Vajra, like a freaking, and you can't. It's like it's comparable to a jaguar, just like immediately looking over like prey kind of situation. Her eyes shift over in the direction of this individual, and you can just see just sort of like the who is disturbing me, and just like in this moment, and you see the most disheveled like arcane like student. He's got all these books, and he's just like. And he starts like shuffling his way down, like, and then you can see like a book falls, and he like picks it up, and he's just like, Mistress Shafa, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late for all me. And she says, there was no meeting scheduled for today, Alabaster. And she says, oh, but I thought that. She'll say, no, there was no meeting at all. I believe that ours was about 2 hours ago, and you missed it entirely. Oh, I'm here now. And she says, no, that's fine. Our meeting did have a surprise exam included in it, and it seems as though since you were absent for such things, you have entirely failed. At which point she pulls over the book, and she takes out she clicks her fingers, and a little stamp appears, and then clicks her fingers again with the other, and an ink stamp appears. He's like, no, and she stamps, and boom, and like the man says, seems you failed your test, Alabaster. And she looks over and she says, I do hope you do well back in 7th year. And he just like, and he takes the book like that was supposed to be his exam. She's like, go on. And he just, yes, Mistress Safa. Thank you, Mistress Safa. And he like flobbles away. And he's just like, now where were we?
I mean, you can go with them.
That was like a 12th grader.
Smoke weed.
That was like a 12th grader and just got demoted to middle school.
I lean into Selma and I'm like, I don't want to go back to the 7th grade. I don't want to do that.
We didn't even go to school, Martina.
I know.
And she'll look and she'll say, you know that we do offer many education courses here in Blackstaff Tower if you are interested. If you are to prove yourself well in Force Grey, then perhaps you can achieve such education here under my tutelage. It is an honor.
Oh, it's
So, the pens are before you. You are welcome to leave if you wish. And she clicks her fingers and the doors swing open again, and they hit the dude on the way out who just stepped out, and he just gets bundled over into the hallway, and we can hear his books. She says, the door is open to you if you wish, but I would say that you are simply making a mistake. That's all I have to say about that.
What?
She'll say, if you leave, she says the door is open to you.
Mm-hmm.
It would be a mistake not to work with Force Grey, not to let this option go, this opportunity slip by you, but I will understand.
I think this could be good for us, Martina.
What? Oh, yeah! I mean, it could be good.
She'll hold.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll hold her hands out and the pens float before you.
With the monks. But for a shorter period of time.
At first. We'll see where it goes from there.
It's not like I'm gonna be a student right away, right? Like, I gotta prove myself first, right? So it's not, you said it's not binding.
Are you nervous?
Yeah, you said that. You said that. It's okay. Yeah.
I start signing my name. I start signing.
Yeah.
Soma.
As you sign it, the paper will burn away as the last bit, and along with the feather.
I sign it as soon as Selma signs it. I'm like, oh, I can't be the last one, and I'm like,
Burns
I'm
away.
trying to sign faster than she is.
And she will say, excellent. And she snaps her fingers again. A book floats over to her, but the way it floats isn't like the nice, ooh, it's like, like somebody chucked it and immediately like, boom, into her hand. And she just immediately takes it out and takes out a couple pieces of papers and sets them onto the table, and looks about them, and she says, "Ah, yes, here." And she'll immediately take a stamp out, boom, and stamp it, and hand it over to you and push it your way. "There's an individual, one of my allies. He rests upon the very top of Mount Waterdeep. His name is Halam. He's a monk who lives in a cave in the side of the mountain itself. He is there for purposes that are not needed for you to understand. Simply ask him what he's heard about the threats to the city, but try not to annoy him or overstay your welcome. Do have this done before the week is out. I need this information as soon as possible. This is your first mission. I expect it to go cool and calm."
Of course.
To show her how cool and calm I am, I pull out my book. I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then I pull it out, and I'm trying to be like, I have books too, but I'm obviously nervous, so it's like, oh dear, okay, and then I take the paper, and I slide it in, and I just not paying attention what page it's on, and I snap it shut, and I'm like, yeah, we can do this.
She says, "I believe our business here has concluded for the time being. You can, once you complete this mission, come back to me, and we will see where your path leads you from there. And again, the quicker the better."
We have to, do we have to finish before the 10 days?
"I would like it if it were done as soon as possible. You know, when the task is done says just about much about a person as how it is done." So.
Yeah, as soon as possible.
Y'all choosing wrong.
I can do it as soon as possible.
We got two sides of the spectrum so hard. She says, "Good. I expect expediency." And she'll smile again and sort of like, "You may go."
Oh, yeah, okay. I get up and I start
And
fast
before you leave, she'll say, "And Martina, do next time you enter my tower, try to stay out of the broom closet, will you?"
Okay.
And yeah, she's like, "That is all." And she goes back to papers. The doors back open for you. And you can step
Get
out.
the fuck out.
You can step out of Blackstaff Tower. To step out of Blackstaff Tower is interesting. At first you don't know where to go, but it's pretty easy to tell when you see individuals just sort of walk down a hallway that comes to a perfect dead end, like that massive hallway you were down, and as they get to the end, they disappear. And as you reach the end of the hallway, you immediately get the sense of that you could go to a couple different places from Blackstaff Tower. You could go outside of Blackstaff Tower. You could step into Castle Waterdeep itself. You could also step into the Yawning Portal. You could also jump over into the City of the Dead, into its entrance as well. Or you could go to the, and which one is it? The Godcatcher, which is a one of the statues in the castle ward a little farther away. Those are the places you could immediately teleport to in this moment. Where'd you like to go?
Right outside. I need to get out of here, and I need to talk to Rodaro and cry a little.
All right. Let's turn off the spooky magic music and step back out into our normal, wonderful Waterdeep at daytime. All right, yeah, you step back out into the air that immediately rises back to a spring temperature. It was cold in there. I think it was like a cool 60.
I think it reminded me more, like it reminded us of home because we grew up in the mountains, so it was like normal.
Oh yeah,
I hated the mountains.
Dude, immediately falling back
Yeah,
into
you
the
do.
I have to do what they tell me.
Just like home, Martina. Just like home.
Little bit of structure never hurt anyone. So we see the weeping Martina step out. Rodaro and Narcissus.
Yeah, Rodaro and Lord Narcissus, we're just like leaned up against a wall, smoking something, and that's why I said I'm not your guy, girl. And I was just like going back and forth on some dumb bullshit.
Oh my gosh.
Lord Narcissus is probably falling asleep during whatever boring shit Rodaro is saying. That is just like, hanging out. She waves over to you guys.
Martina, it's okay. You did fine. You did great.
How's the wizard life now? Y'all wizards?
I entered in a broom closet, and then she was like right there, and then she was like, she had like, and then the guy is like, he's the 12th, 7th year, and then she like did a stamp, and then there was the payment, and then.
I just give Martina. I try to give Martina a hug. I'm like, it's okay.
I'm like, here, Martina, just take a couple puffs of this. And I give her the whatever I'm smoking.
We didn't go to school. We'll never go to school, Martina. It's fine. It's fine.
Right now! I gotta go to a cave right now! I don't even know where a cave is, but I gotta go!
Alright, so...
You wanted to go here.
So, the book
I don't want
wanted
to go
you
here
to...
anymore!
So what did we learn?
Don't read books.
No, Rodaro. Not to rush into things.
Don't listen to books.
Oh my god.
They're just full of shit. Like that sewer book you got there, Martina. It's full of literal
I
shit.
hate it! I throw it on the ground. I hate it so much!
I
Well,
picked up
listen,
the
if
book.
you want, over at the Falconmere, that guy just wanted somebody to hang out with. All he gotta do is go burn a scarecrow.
I wanna be there, but I gotta go to a cave or else she'll get mad at me again.
Or we could just skip class and go smoke weed with Jareth at Falconmere and burn scarecrows to the ground.
Scarecrows to the ground.
That's it. That's all they want. He said, you know what? Sometime in the next 2 months, if you can take care of this problem, it'd be great. No, ours no strict timetable. Just take care of this scarecrow and hang out a little bit. You know.
Wait today or she'll yell at me.
You seem to like. Don't talk to her then. All right.
I had a contract.
What? Martina, you fucking idiot! What the hell?
She was scared.
You know Ridaro better than anyone in this party that yeah, Blackstaff's pretty serious business. Like kinda what's the word? Ticking her off is not on anyone's not on you wouldn't wish it upon your worst enemies. Not on anyone's docket.
I don't want to get mad at me, but I don't want to sign any more contracts. And she was mad that I didn't bring everybody.
She literally
Jareth didn't make us sign anything. He's just like, does it sound good? I said, yeah. He's like, sounds great. See you in the next 2 months.
she literally has the reputation of that she sees all.
She's watching this conversation right now.
Probably.
So Renaro probably assumes.
If it's of her interest, she will hear it.
Well, Lord Darcy and I were gonna go burn that scarecrow. Go on.
Can we go to the cave first, and then I'll do it, and then I'm out of my contract?
I don't really care what we do. To be honest, we got 2 months to do this. I
I
said we were gonna do it. I said we were gonna do ours tonight also. Even though he said 2 months, try to make a big impression on the demigod. Trying to get the ins.
Get what you can. It's up to you guys what you want to do. You're in the city. It's probably just getting into afternoon.
Or we could go take a break and just go home.
You could. You could just take a break and go home and we could talk about downtime.
Break. I can't take a break. I can't.
Alright, what do we want to do, y'all? What do we want to take care? By the way, it said the scarecrow was like killing people and killing livestock.
Not people. Nobody.
Not people,
No
but
people.
killing
Just
livestock.
livestock.
Killing livestock and I don't know, people probably gonna die to that thing. But Jareth's just said in the next 2 months, so it's probably not the biggest deal.
Just a guy in a cave what he's heard.
That's fucking weird.
He's a monk, so it's
Is
gonna
it
be
an
alright.
allegory of the cave?
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't
Is
get
it
it.
with the light?
Kinda
Rodaro, like, if they ever tell you the quest in full, and I'm imagining they do, ooh, boy, is this a busy work quest. Ooh, boy, is this like a go do this thing and come back, I want to see if you do it. Like, kind of situation. For sure.
So Martina, you don't have to go, and I can do it, and you can go with Rodaro and Lord Narcissus and just.
But if I don't
Man, Underworld Enclave's where it's at.
do it, will she yell at me?
If you don't feel comfortable, I can tell you what I learned, okay?
Okay. Yeah, you can do that, and I can kill a scarecrow, and then we're both doing good, and then she won't know, and then I'll be mad.
Martina, do you wanna be a
I don't
member of
wanna
Force
join-
Grey, or do you wanna be a member of the Weed Enclave? Okay. Then we should take care of that. What about you, Sova? You sound like you're all on Force Grey team now.
She could be both.
I did it. I just was doing what I thought Martina wanted. She led us there, and I just did what seemed like the right thing to do. But now I see that you're quite scared, Martina. I see, yeah. So let's get this done. It's a short contract, hopefully. And then when we're done with this, we can just forget about First Grey, okay?
What happens if you don't do this?
If you don't
Yeah,
do
put
this
it in
quest,
seventh grade.
you want to know the mechanics of it?
No, I'm asking them.
Oh.
them. What happens if they don't fulfill this contract?
You
that they
don't know.
signed?
You don't want to know.
Did you not read what happens?
I did.
I was reading the contract. It didn't say it binded us.
The
Yes.
contracts did not bind you. This was simply. This is simply on your. It is your word. It is simply your word. There's nothing that's making you. It's simply your word that you will do this for Vaja Blackstaff, and she will consider you for further work if you do it coolly and cleanly. And if you're able to complete that, future work can come your way. You imagine that it is left up to. She doesn't say anywhere what It didn't say anywhere what happens if you break the contract. But you're imagining you just draw her ire. Like,
Draw her ire.
you probably piss off a high-standing member of the city. Like, she's very lawful. She's not gonna like come after you and murder you, but
Yeah, that's what I was like. She's not gonna.
but
she's
who
not gonna
knows
do anything
what
to
she'll
break the
do?
law. You know, you can just go in there and tell her like, hey.
She's the most powerful magical individual in this city that is known. So
Jared seemed pretty swell.
if a string of bad luck hits you for whatever reason, it'll be hard not to be like, was that because of what I did to Vajra?
I just want to do the cave. I want to make sure the cave gets done. That way she won't be mad. And then I want to kill the scarecrow.
All right, where is this cave? Is it near the scarecrow? Because that'd be.
It is
real
on the
convenient.
the task that they have been given is to quite literally climb Mount Waterdeep, which is a literal mountain. It
We
is.
did it before. We can do it again, Martina.
It is
Yeah.
it is
helps
a
me
pretty
levitate.
big task.
Martina, or not Martina. I'm Mardaro. I'm not Martina. Reserve will not help you with that quest. She's like, yeah, I'm not climbing a mountain because y'all don't know what you're signing. And Martina, last job we went on, you tried to get us killed. So,
I didn't try to get you killed.
I don't know what you're talking about, Martina. That whole shit in the Zentarum base, that hangout where
Let
you're
me just
getting in the
do this
way.
quickly, and then we can go get the stupid scarecrow. And then.
All right, fine. Let's go. Let's go. We're like right next to the mountain, right? Where's the mountain?
I mean, the mountain's not too far away. Like
it's
it's
not
less than a
easy.
mile. You can easily see it. It like pierces its way up through the city. Let me just zoom out here, towards Mount Waterdeep itself. Let me get a nice map layer. Ka-chow. Yeah, atop Mount Waterdeep is also the Griffin, which is literally a statue of a griffin. That 9-foot tall mega statue. Everywhere you see this blue, those are where the I forget what they're called. They're called God. I think they're all called God Catchers. This one's just the one that's called the God Catcher. They have a name. They're basically like the Titans statues, and you can see the Griffin is atop it, and atop the mountain is also what seems to be a like a rooftop. Or like a peak of the peak top area, and you know that is where the Griffin Cavalry is. The cave you're looking for, the paperage you're given, has a little like up the mountain, up the pet X, and it's like halfway up the mountain. And if you'll read in chat, there's some fun stats on this mountain. The last thing entered in Mount Waterdeep is quite cool.
Yeah. I think Radaro's like, listen, y'all can climb the mountain.
It's like a mile away.
I'll get dinner ready for us. We can have a picnic at the base when y'all come back, and then we can, after we eat up, we can go kill that scarecrow, and then we can party at Falconmere Manor tonight.
Let's go do it.
Let's go.
Who's climbing the mountain?
Me and Martina.
And Martina, Narcissus, are you climbing?
No, but I give one of them BI.
Yeah. Yeah. What? Who?
You could give both of them.
You could give both of them BI. I'll give that to them.
Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll give them both BI.
Oh yeah, cool. If you want to, you don't have to.
You don't want to.
You don't have to.
No, I'll give them both.
So I know that Radaro is going back to Troll Skull Alley. Are you following Narcy?
I am actually preparing a meal for when they come.
Oh, so are you heading to like the market?
Yeah, I'm gonna go get
You're so sweet, Radaro.
What about you, Narcissus?
extra sweets.
Yeah, you got some gold.
Hmm.
What will Narcy do?
I'm gonna go have a talk with Melanor.
Oh, you want to go back to Mel? Yeah.
His face when you said that was the most like, what?
I was just like, that's a while away, but I mean, you can make it. Like, if that's where you're heading, I'm cool with that. All right, very good.
Tell him about the basement.
Roll, oh my god. Roll, that's so amazing. Roll, just for some quick, RP initiative. We still have 17 minutes left. So, with each group, so one of either Martina or Solma roll, and then I would like, Radaro to make, her own roll, unless you don't want to RP the market.
We don't need to mark.
Okay, so Narcy, give me a roll. I want to see what happens first between, Martina and Solma. Or do you want to have a roleplay moment, or do you just want to say that's what you're doing?
We can do it.
Let's do it.
I just can't find my token.
Oh, your token is... I moved you down towards the where you would be. Oh god, I hucked you. You're right here.
There you go.
Yeah. Cool.
Alright, I don't know why I needed to do that, but yeah.
Do
That's
we have to
roleplay
both roll, or...
Not one of you. Just roleplay initiative so I know which scene to play first.
Do it, Martina.
Oh, roll initiative.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Let's see your initiative. 14, just below. Okay, cool. So I know that it's going to be Lord Narcy first. So, Narcissus, you step back into the Falconmere conclave, and the music changes away from this over to this, and yeah, you step in and you can see that Mel is furiously, still same day, you're well into the afternoon though, furiously going through the garden trying to, the garden is already almost pristine and perfect, and he's just like snipping imperfections, and with each snip he's just talking to himself, just like, why do I have to go now? So much I have to clean, and he's just snipping too much, and he's just like, I can't go in there, I can't go back in there, I have to sleep out here, outside, in the dirt. He's just snipping. Just like, dirty. He's just kind of, he's like talking to himself, and the door opened for you. Like at this point, Jareth is totally, welcome back. Please find rest wherever you may. And please don't mind Mel. He's going through a tantrum.
Oh, it's okay. I'm actually here to see. Yeah.
By all means, please do.
Okay. Thank you for permission. Okay.
Mel will look in your direction as you approach, or do you sneak up on him? Like, what's the situation?
I don't necessarily sneak up, but I imagine he's probably too distracted to notice.
He gets you and he goes, no, and he like looks at his everything, and like, he doesn't want you to ruin it, and he just goes, it's you. Oh, it's not the others. Narcissus, isn't it? Yeah. Narcissus, you must tell your friends that if they are to return to Falconmere Manor, that they cannot act in the way they did. I don't care what Jareth thinks. I have spent most of my life keeping this place clean.
Wait. They're not supposed to care what you think?
Well, listen, Master Falconmere is the owner, but it is his parents who entrusted me to take care of him and this place, and I am very much struggling to do that with your current presence.
Like me? Right here, right now?
Well, here right now is no problem, but though the master... And he, like, looks around, like, knowing that he's listening. Though the master has achieved such a divine state at the moment, you can hear everything I'm saying.
Wait, don't worry about that. He can't hear you.
I'm
very powerful. He
Uh,
can't hear
God, you're
he looks. He just says, "Make a persuasion check." Make a
I am very
persuasion-
powerful.
you. Okay.
That's no lie. That's the truth right there.
Yeah, make a persuasion
no,
check for me.
He learned
I will
a
do the
healing word
persuasion.
this
Yeah.
last level up. We got the best spell now.
I'm just gonna let you know, Ed, that the way that he came is I bust out the bagpipe and I just
Go.
like zonk on it while he's
Oh.
talking. I'm like,
Disadvantage.
"Ew."
Disadvantage.
Oh, no.
Roll one more time. It's still an 18. This guy has a stat block too. Give me this motherfucker, Melinar. All right, here we go, Melinar. Insight. 16.
way,
He
Mikhail,
fails.
I put the BI thing in chat so you can read it.
Oh yeah, it's up there. Bardic Inspiration, right above the initiative rolls. So yeah. Oh god, yeah. You play it at first. He's like, oh, and then he just says, what? What is that tune? I do not know.
Can't hear you.
I do not know if I've. He cannot hear us.
Yep.
He cannot hear us. And he just says, "Oh, you don't know how long I've having to been deal with raising this person. They've become literally a demigod overnight just because it worships the god Maliki. And I promised the parents I would take care of him. I would take care of the house and make sure everything was clean. And I have lost control of my ward. And he says, oh, listen, he is the master of the house, but I really, though you are invited here, and you are well invited in the Emerald Enclave as Jareth is Master Falconmere. Excuse me, must remember my manners. Master Falconmere is the owner of this estate and a high-standing member of the Emerald Enclave. I am not one. I am simply a caretaker of this place and of Master Falconmere. I would so wish that you and your friends do not stay here. I'm perfectly fine with you entering into the garden and speaking with Master Falconmere when you wish, but I would most, and he has to yell over, most definitely enjoy if none of you stayed here.
How does one caretake someone who doesn't care?
Says, I have found it very difficult, but it is a task I have been set with.
Well, I don't think he cares.
Is he saying that Jareth doesn't care?
Yeah.
And he says, the master found himself quite bored in recent times with his new divinity, and I am sure you are utterly interesting to him in every single way. Other members of the Emerald Enclave find him quite intimidating and do not come here to meet with him often unless their need is dire, as he is quite powerful. But you
Are
are...
you bored?
He says, I'm not bored. No, I am quite well with where I am. I was doing
You
great
want
until
more
you
stuff to
arrived.
do?
And he just says,
More stuff to do.
I
can tell you.
And he says, well, what are you getting at?
Do you want to know a secret?
Sure.
Okay. I'll tell you a secret. If you don't shit bricks every time my friends and me come here.
I don't know if that is a worthwhile deal here. You were
See,
going to
you
have...
just said you weren't bored. This would be fun. It'd be fun.
and make a persuasion check with disadvantage again for me. I don't know if he's interested. Fucking A! He'll just go... Oh, I can't help it. What is it? Yes, they can come here, but they can stay outside of the house. We'll make a hut.
Okay. Alright, whatever. We'll see. You just said yes, so that's good.
The shed, perhaps.
So there's if you go inside, there's a trap door.
What?
Go look in it.
What?
It's a trapdoor.
Where? I know every inch of that house. I've cleaned the whole thing.
Nope.
What? You just get out of my way. I don't care where your friends stay. He starts running towards the house. And you just hear a scream. Master Falconmere! What is this? And you immediately hear, I really wish you didn't do that. And he just says, now I have to deal with this. That was my one place.
You gotta treat him well. That's all you gotta do.
And he says, I imagine you're right. And I'm really not willing to contest your persuasion abilities right now. Good on you. Like fucking on fire over here. These rolls. So, with our last 8 minutes, I think we shift our scene over to Soma and Martina. You are in the middle. God, I wish I had epic music. I just don't. Damn it. Where is my epic music? Do I have, like, battle music? Yeah, fight music.
Google, like, 7 steps from hell or something.
You are in the middle of climbing a freaking mountain. And Mount Waterdeep on this map looks like a hill. It's like a freaking pillar that comes out of the earth. It is like a up the mountain. So I would like you guys to roll Constitution saving throws
Okay.
as you attempt to make your way up the mountain. Nice, you both freaking make it. You guys are like really tough ladies. Like you just like this is like. Okay, something I think will enter your mind here. It doesn't have to if you don't want it to. This is kind of a badass quest. Like, this is pretty cool. Like, there's like, oh, go to some scarecrows.
This is pretty much our childhood.
Go to scarecrows. This one's like, climb a motherfucking mountain. And as you climb the mountain, you immediately see that danger is afoot in this area. And you start to hear the, yeah, just a second.
Now I'm scared, oh god.
20 wolves surround you. Roll for initiative.
Sorry, this was a quest planned for 4 people precisely.
Yeah, you hear the call and scream. You hear this. You hear the scream above you of harpies. They make their way out, and you see their wings furl, and 2 of them surround you. And I'm going to want you guys to roll initiative next time, as you are in the midst of being attacked while climbing Mount Waterdeep by harpies.
Oh, God. Kill a fucking harpy.
Great.
You guys, if there's just 2, you guys are fine. You guys are good.
This is huge. Like this is like exerting all of your possible strength to get up this thing, and this is about to be a badass fight. And I think there may be a moment during this, just because of how epic this shit is, they're just kind of like, I gotta be at least like, Vajra Blackstaff knows what adventurers like. Oh, yeah. So good stuff. We will jump back in I believe, oh man, yeah, well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to do the win. It'll be next year, won't it? We're drawing that close. It'll be 2019 when we jump back into our thing. And yeah, our credits roll, and we get that.
Oops, I would have come with you if I thought you guys had to fight something.
And we see all the characters come out in their different colors with the like I think this is the best part for this to come out, because we always forget to get it in the beginning, and it's just like the outro of our sweet game. Very good, guys. Well, I think that will call it for the end of the stream, and I love any of this music, because this is definitely credits music. Thank you to all of you guys who joined us in chat. Super appreciate it. If you're watching this later, too, on YouTube or on Twitch, wherever you are, morning, noon, or night, make it an absolutely amazing day, guys. We also did get 1 follower. I heard it ping while we played, so yeah! Welcome, follower, to our game. But again, as I said before, my friends, I'll be streaming again. The next time you'll see this face is Friday for Magic the Gathering and Variety Hour. I might play on my PS4. Way fun! Thanks again, guys. Bye!